Hey, everybody. As you come into the room, I had to do this tonight. I could not hold it anymore. So, for those that are going to come in, I appreciate as you come, taking the time to be with me for these next couple minutes. But I could not hold it anymore. And so before we get started, I want to ask special prayer for one of my work daughters. Her father had a sudden illness, but God, and we know God is a master physician, so he's still working miracles. So we want to ask that he's already in the room. He's already in the hospital room down there in Maryland. And I'm praying for his wife. I'm praying for Danielle's sister and her brother, and most of all, her father, who is struggling right now. He's young and he's healthy, so we're thanking God for that. I want to just before I get in the message, because once I go, I'm going hard in the paint. Don't forget that we're coming up on the 200th anniversary celebration of the temple, and on Thursday, April 18th at 11 o'clock, Reading Road in front of the church is going to be renamed Allen Temple AME Church Way. So we are so excited and honored for that. And on Saturday, the 20th of April, we're having Community Day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And just bring more to come about that, but just bring your family out so we can love on you. And then that night, we're having a gala at the Marriott North in Westchester. So there's still tickets, a few tickets left to get for that. And then Sunday, we ended with a Sunday service celebration. And the speaker of the hour will be Reverend Dr. David Green out of Florida. So one of them Florida boys is coming up. So as I do on Sunday morning, I just want to thank God for letting us see another night, another week that wasn't promised to us, and not making our bed our cooling board, and not making our last night, most of all. And God, if you don't do another thing for us, you've already done enough. So I'm going, I will be on in the morning, but this message, when he gave me this, it was all I could do not to come on last night, but I got home from work too late. So I've been walking around ready for this one. And I don't know if y'all ready. Good. I see everybody on there. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And if you guys want to comment, go ahead and share this now. Go ahead. Trust me, share it now. So, hey, everybody. So now this message centers around one of those popular sayings among the younger generation, but specifically among young women. No, now let me say what I really want to say. This is one of those popular one-liners that I've only heard used by young black women with their smart mouths, aka Alexis Jones and Taylor Rosemont. Hey, Mom. So, and the saying is, this one-liner is, if you broke, just say that. Now, whenever you hear somebody say, if you broke, just say that. They never just say, well, if you broke, just say that. No, they got to give you attitude. They got to give you tone. They got to do the neck, the whole thing. So now when someone says this to you or to anyone, they're really throwing off on you. They're really being real shady and low-key trying to embarrass you. Because when you say to someone, if you broke, just say that, what you're really saying is, save all those lame excuses you keep trying to use. So basically, they're calling you a lie and telling you they don't believe you. Now, let me give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. Say you have a group of friends that make plans to go out, and the place they suggested was a little on the expensive side. But that one person starts to complain. They complain about finding parking. They complain about how bad the service was that they heard about. They complain about the location and part of town it's in. They complain about how much gas they have to burn to get there. And finally, they complain about the price. So at some point, someone from the group, most likely a female who has been giving you the side eye all this time, will step up and say, if you broke, just say that. Now, in other words, you obviously don't have enough money to go with us, so I guess we'll catch up with you the next time. Now, I think saying this to someone whose finances aren't quite as ample as others is not nice or needed. In fact, I think it's downright rude. And I say this because anytime I've heard this said, whether it's during a conversation, in a video, or on a reality show, the person saying it is trying to embarrass somebody. But doing things like this has a way of backfiring on you. Because let's face it, we really don't know how deep anybody's pockets are. They may have other obligations to take care of. They got rent, utilities, childcare, helping. You don't know, and it's none of your business. Therefore, they don't have extra money to waste right now. But you know what else I found out? The very people doing all the talking and making all the snide remarks and giving all the side eyes low-key broke themselves. But they choose to stunt for other people to make themselves look good. And that never works out. And at some point, people are going to figure out that don't nobody really care what you have. And this is for you young people on here. You guys go into unnecessary debt trying to impress somebody that don't even care. You trying to impress somebody that don't even think about you in the course of a day. You trying to impress somebody, they don't care nothing about you. So what, you got a new car? How does that help me? So what? So what, you got a new outfit? So what, you rocking red bottoms? So what, you got a, so what? How does that help me? It doesn't. So I'm going to say this and move on. How does throwing off on other people make you feel? How does calling another person broke help your financial situation? Because none of us on here, and I see everybody on here, was born with a silver spoon in our mouth. None of us. So we all had to work to get to where we are. And the baby boomers and older, our goal was to make sure that our kids have more than us so their kids could have more. That's it. All right, we just got to do better. So let me switch gears for a moment. So the title of this message is, if you broke, just say that. But let me give you a few other if yous we need to talk about. See, there are a lot of emotions that people can't verbalize for various reasons. Like I said last week, some of us were raised in a time where it was considered disrespect to question the actions of the adults in our lives. So instead of using the phrase, if you broke, just say that, how about saying, if you broken, just say that, so you can get the help you need to be put back together. If you angry, just say that, so you can find someone to talk to and talk about where all that anger is coming from. If you depressed, just say that, so that we can help you find a good therapist to talk to that can help you. If you have trust issues, just say that, so you can stop taking it out on everyone else and get to a place where you can have a person you can confide in. You can have a person that you can consider your safe space. Everybody should have a person that they can just go and talk to. No judgment. Really, don't even talk back. Just let me get it out. Okay. If you mad at your baby daddy, just say that, so you can stop taking your anger out on men that didn't get you pregnant and leave you. Absolutely, Dr. Davis. If you mad at your baby mom, just say that, so you can quit comparing other women to her just because it didn't work out for you too. But let me say this right quick. When it comes to having a baby, when it comes to having a whole human with someone, you need to at least be in a relationship with them. You need to at least know their last name. You need to at least know their family background and see how many of them are on the mental health unit. How many of them locked up? How many of them? You need to at least know how they handle stress. And I can't even stress this one hard enough. When Pastor does counseling, he will tell these people, listen, you shouldn't marry anybody until you've seen all 4 seasons. And he doesn't mean spring, summer, fall, and winter. What he's talking about, hey, June, what he's saying is you need to see how a person handles death. You need to see how a person handles sickness. You need to see how a person handles stress. You need to see how a person handles losing a job, losing something. Because if you get in a relationship and get a whole baby with them, and you don't know how they do anything, you don't know how they handle anything, you're going to find out on the job. And sometimes on the job training is not a good thing. So before you decide to have a whole human, and I'm talking to the ladies, the young ladies, the ball is in your court. It's 2024, and I'm off script. It's 2024. Nobody gets pregnant on an accident. Let me say it louder for the ones in the back that can't hear. Nobody in 2024 get knocked up on accident. I said what I said. They've been giving birth control away since I was 13. Go to your doctor. Go do something. And besides the fact, a baby is really a small concern when it comes to the stuff that you can get from another person, that you don't know his last name. You don't know where he lives. You don't know that that was a burner phone he called you from. You don't know that his wife or his other 10 baby mamas coming to see you. Now you on the couch with the other 10 baby mamas. Off script. So before you decide to make a whole human with somebody, you need to at least know how that person deals with finances and bills. Do they pay their bills? Or are you going to get stuck paying their bills? Are they behind on child support? So that when y'all get married, guess whose check they're getting ready to attach to? And even if they don't come in your check, the fact that they attaching his check takes money out your check. So you need to know how and this is male or female. Before you have a whole human with somebody, learn how to handle finances and bills. I'm not saying ask for a credit score, but I'm saying I ain't gonna be mad. Hey, everybody, I see y'all. If her credit score is, you know what that means for your credit score? That means you won't have to do all the heavy lifting, male or female. So before you decide to have a whole human with someone, and here's another thing. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's way too many red, white, and blue flags waving in y'all face, but you choose to ignore them. You're not going to tell me that you didn't see them red flags. You're not going to tell me you didn't see them. They're blinking. You're not going to tell me that. Listen, if he got 6 kids and 6 baby mamas, and you don't never see him with any of them 6 kids, what makes you think that your number 7 is the magic number? And besides that, why would you want to be with a person that got 6 kids they don't take care of, and you think yours going to get taken care of? And ladies, you're not off the hook. How you got 5 kids, 5 daddies, and now you on number 6, and you think that's the one? Now, y'all gonna argue with me about, well, just because I got a bunch of kids don't mean I'm not gonna find the right person. Yeah, that may be true. But I bet you what, you're gonna have to look up on the rock to get to him. You gotta look on a rock to get to him. Because who taking on all that responsibility? Who? Okay, all right. And besides the fact, you're a whole red flag yourself, because why you're the common denominator. So where they at? Where them daddies at? Either you fall for the okie doke, you pick the wrong somebody. Whatever it is, you need to figure out what it is. Okay. All right. So let me move on before y'all get in y'all feelings. But if you need help, just say that. It's time for some of you to get to the point where needing help doesn't make you feel weak. It's okay to need help. Everybody needs help sometimes. Now, I'm not saying that you got to have your hand out everywhere you go, but I'm saying you never know when somebody's going to fall on hard times. You just never know, and there's no shame in it. And we have to get to the point where it's okay to need some assistance. It's okay. If you got some ride or dies, they'll help you. If you the ride or die, you'll help them. It's okay to accept help from others, because if you don't figure this out, sooner or later, you're going to hit a wall that might put you on your back. I truly believe everybody needs somebody, no matter what your mouth says. I don't need nobody. Yes, you do. It's me, myself, and I. Yes, you do. You can tell that to the whole world. But you know, late in the midnight hour, when you alone and lonely, you can't lie to yourself. So everybody needs somebody. And I'm not talking about romantically. I'm just saying everybody needs somebody in their life. When you by yourself and hey, that's failure to thrive. That's a medical illness. A failure to thrive person. You stuck. If you can't go to family, then you got to have some good friends to go to. But don't try to do this thing alone. Two are always better than one. 5 is always stronger than 1. Now, I know people who find it difficult, if not impossible, to ask for help. I know people like that, and I don't understand, but it ain't none of my business. But I do try to say, if you need some help, just ask for it. Ain't no shame. All of us have. Just because we don't blurt it out, all of us have. Although I don't understand this type of personality, I have good girlfriends who won't ask for help if it kills them. And sometimes that very thing does happen. If you need a ride to the doctors, just say that. Don't get on social media talking about every time they call me, I drop everything. But when I need something, ain't nobody around. And you ain't opened your mouth to ask anybody for anything. You want everybody to be mind readers. Boy and girl, bye. All right. If somebody, now this one gonna get y'all in your feelings, and I'm trying to. If somebody hurt you at one church, just say that. If one person hurt you at one particular church, just say that. So you can stop blaming everyone else at that church who didn't hurt you and all the other churches you never set foot in. You got hurt by one person at one particular church. But now all churches are terrible. You know, I've said this many times before, and most of you have heard preachers and pastors say this. It amazes me how quick people will leave a church because of one or two ignorant, mean-spirited people. Let me say that again. It makes my skin boil that people will get mad and leave a whole church because of one or two ignorant, mean-spirited people, as if you don't have ignorant, mean-spirited people on your job, as if you don't have ignorant, mean-spirited people in your family. Because y'all do know that there are mean-spirited people everywhere you go. Okay, just checking. But people won't just leave that particular church because of the hurt they encountered there. No, ma'am. They leave that church but won't go to any other church. Let me make it plain so I can get to what I'm trying to say. You get mad at somebody over at No Name AME in Covington, Kentucky. But instead of you wiping the dust off your feet and brushing the dust off your shoulders and saying to yourself, that just wasn't the place for me. Nope, you quit all AME churches. Not just in Kentucky, but in all the states and countries. In fact, you don't just quit all AME churches, but you quit church altogether, regardless of the denomination. So in reality, you quit God. You quit on God. Now, you can argue with me if you want to, but you're going to make it make sense that one person in one church hurt you and you done blamed everybody in all the churches. And that's your business. I mean, if you can sleep at night, I can. But let me ask you this question. How come you don't have that same disdain when you get your feelings hurt at other places? How come you ain't mad as a rattlesnake at any other place? How come you ain't hot as fish grease anywhere else but church? For instance, the cashier at the Kroger over in Reading popped off and was extremely rude while checking you out. Do you stop going to all Krogers from that point on? Of course you don't. Okay, you get terrible service at Macy's in one mall. But does that stop you from going to other Macy's in other malls, in other shopping centers or outlets? Of course it doesn't. But when it comes to church, when it comes to place of worship, when it comes to God's house, you take something that happened to you. Now, hear me. You take something that happened to you on one Sunday at one church, in one city, in one state, where one person hurt your feelings. I said, when it comes to church hurt, when it comes to you getting your feelings hurt at one church, you got your feelings hurt at one church on one Sunday, at one church, in one city, in one state, where one person hurt your feelings. So now you decided to make all churches pay for the ignorance and the mean-spiritedness of one person. Make it make sense. Because you can't. Absolutely. And right, Dr. Davis, some of y'all so mad. Y'all mad and y'all don't even know why you're mad. It's been so long that it happened. You know, what you mad about, sis? I don't know. I can't remember right offhand, but I know that she said something. Why you mad, bro? Well, he looked at me. All I know is I'm mad. That now I am not trying to minimize anybody's hurt. In fact, I'm recognizing that you got hurt. But what you not finna do is hold every church in the world, every denomination in the world, guilty for the sin of one. That don't even sound right. That don't even make sense. What if God said, everybody that got the name Valeria, I'm getting rid of them because Valeria Swope made me upset and did something I didn't like. So every Valeria is going to pay for it. Does that make sense? Absolutely not. And I'm not trying to tell you that your hurt wasn't that bad. I never said that. I never said that you make it a mountain out of molehill, because everybody's feelings is your feelings. But what I am saying is that happened at one church over there. Don't bring that here. Don't hold us hostage. Don't go around telling everybody how you got hurt at church. That's why I don't go to church now. You weren't gonna go anyway. You didn't go before that. That's why I don't mess with church folks now. But you mess with bar folk. You passing hookah, whatever y'all call that around. And some of them people are mean-spirited and nasty. But that don't stop you from going to the hookah lounge. They don't stop you from going to the VFW. They don't stop you from hanging at the Masonic temple. That don't stop nothing. It only seems to stop when it comes to church. If you trifling and lazy, just say that so that we can try to help you and motivate you. Listen, I'm tired of us making excuses for everything. It's time out. And people that I hear saying, that's why I don't go to church now. Y'all too old for that. Y'all go to that job where your boss is mean-spirited and nasty, but that don't stop you. And y'all go to a hospital where you didn't get good service, but you don't not stop going to a hospital. You just go to another one. You just go to another hospital. Y'all go to this gas station, they made you mad, so you just don't go buy gas no more. Really? But somebody in church hurt your feelings. And then, not everybody in that church is mean. Everybody in that church, first of all, and let me just tell you this. People don't even know you. People don't even, you gone and mad, and then you're going to get mad because no one's going to care. Because at some point, you're going to grow up. Put your big girl drawers on, put your big boy drawers on, and go have it out with that person. Talk to the pastor about his member. Don't go and he got to hear it, read it on Facebook with your little subliminal message. If you mad, just say that. If you got church hurt, just say that so that we can help you. But how can a pastor help you and try to figure out what happened and address the person in his church if he don't know it happened? If he got to read about it on the ground. You got enough mouth or enough strength in your fingers to type that. Be woman or man enough to go sit down with a man or woman of God and say, this is what happened. I thought, and they may tell you, I'm sorry this happened. And you say, well, I can't say that. We understand. Let me help you get to where you need to go. Because we don't hold anybody hostage at your temple. If you don't want to be there, we understand. We're not everybody's cup of tea. But don't come with your mess. So if you don't want to be, tell us where you need us to help you get to. We know a lot of pastors in different denominations. If this one ain't for you, try that one. But don't walk around talking about every church. That's why I don't go to church anyway. Y'all said that right before COVID hit. And then during COVID, when the church was closed, it was, when y'all gonna open the church up? The church down the street open. You didn't come when it was open. You wouldn't know if it was open or closed. Yep. Brandon, I'm not fooling with you. Yep. You didn't come then. So if, like I said, instead of y'all popping off and saying, if you broke, just say that. Because they may be broke. They may have good reason. I mean, they may not manage, they may not make a lot of money. They have obligations. That ain't none of your business if they can't go. But it also is not your business to try to front on them. If they can't go, just let them off the hook. Don't say nothing. Because you ain't rich or you wouldn't have been hanging with them in the first place. But listen, if y'all depressed, just say that so that we can help you point you in the right direction to a therapist. If you angry, just say that so we can figure out where that anger is coming from. Exactly, Ma. Exactly. We can help you figure out where that anger is coming from. Kind of get to that root. Try to get to the root cause. Maybe you don't even know, but we can help you get to that root cause. So put a spin on that. Be adults and talk it out. Stop walking around mad and want people and then get in somebody's face. What's wrong? Nothing. Okay, well, and when you got one time to do that to me, what's wrong? Nothing. Okay. I'm going to the next because what I'm not going to do is beg an adult to talk. Listen. Yep. Yep. Yasmin says walking around angry is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. They not. They going to outlive you and then wreak havoc on somebody else. So if you angry, just say that and talk to the person. If they don't want to talk it out, that's on them. But if you try, then you're going to have to let that go. Because everybody on this live is way too old to be holding grudges that so long you forgot what you was even mad about. We're way too old not to have enough strength and have enough maturity to be able to go to somebody face to face. And if you think they're going to take your words out of context and all of that, then take somebody with you so you can have a witness. And I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Take somebody with you so you can have a witness so it doesn't get ugly, so that you can come to and you still might not be cool with that person after that, but you got to let that anger go, because anger is like cancer and it's going to eat you up from the inside, and it's going to manifest itself in them wrinkles and them frowns, and every time somebody see you, here come mad Maud. And then people don't want to be around. I know, okay, I ain't gonna speak for all y'all on here. I don't want to be around somebody that's always mad, somebody that's always complaining, somebody's always got a problem, somebody is always upset. Get out of here. Go get fixed. Unless you like staying mad, angry, unless you like doing all that stuff. And if that's the case, go away from me. Because life is too short. If COVID ain't taught us nothing, life is too short. And it's no more here today, gone tomorrow. It's here this morning and gone later on tonight. And y'all know that. We all say, I'll see you later. You may not. Everybody leave their house, go on their job, thinking they're coming back. That doesn't always happen. So life is too short to be angry, to be upset, to be mad, to be holding it all in. I'm not holding it and being stressed. I'm not holding it and have a headache every day. I'm not going to have headaches. I'm going to give a headache. I'm not going to get no headache from you. I'm going to give you a headache. So we're going to deal with it. We're going to get to the root cause. We're going to see what's what. And we're going to see what's what. And like I said, we may not come back together like we were, but at least if we can get the misunderstanding cleared up like an adult and then move on. Them people don't mean nothing to you anyway. The people that you mad about don't even care. They still going on smiling, laughing. They don't even remember what they said to you. But you remember, so just bring it back to their remembrance. I'm just saying, it's time for us to grow up. I'm almost 61. Grow up. If I'm mad, first of all, I ain't gonna get mad at silliness. I ain't get mad because you mad. I can stay away from you because I got my own house. I can stay away from you. But I'm not going to walk around angry and I have something to tell you. I'm going to get it off my chest. We're going to try to talk like two adults. And then we're going to move on. We ain't got to be chummy. We're going to move on. But if you're mad, just say that. If you sad, just say that. People are leaving here. Depression can kill you. Bitterness, if you bitter, just say that. Don't be the bitter baby mama. Don't be the bitter baby daddy. Now you can't stand the sight of them. But you could for at least a few seconds, or there wouldn't have been a baby. Make better choices. Make better choices. So, listen. I just want to thank everybody for hopping on here. I could not hold this. When he gave me this, I couldn't hold this. Because I think I had watched the video. And like, you know, these young girls think they popping off. And if you broke, bro, just say that. $30 is $30. It ain't enough money for me to eat lunch. You can't take me to Cheesecake Factory on a date. Do I look like a cheesecake? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do like a Cheesecake Factory chick. Instead of you being grateful that he sent you $30, you trying to blast him. If you broke, just say that. Then send him his money back. If $30 ain't enough for you to eat lunch, send him just reverse the charge and send him his money back. If you too good for Cheesecake Factory, then take yourself to another place. Let that brother go. Because you know what? Somebody will appreciate Cheesecake Factory and all the other places. Because what's in your wallet, sis? Why you trying to make these brothers look bad? And that's a whole nother message. I gotta go. That's a whole nother message. But stop trying to make these brothers look bad because they ain't spending no money on you. They don't know you. So you think they're supposed to impress you with their money. They got bills to pay like you do. Go in half. Go in half till y'all know each other. Go in half till you learn his last name. Till you know what his address is. Till you know his phone number. Go in half with him. You should have your own anyway. Now, Miss Non-Cheesecake Factory, $30 is not enough for lunch. Where you eating at by yourself? Okay, that's another message. But what I was saying is I see this a lot. And it's always young black women. I never heard a white female say, if you broke, just say that. I heard y'all young black women. Well, if you broke, just say that. That's inappropriate. That's rude. And that's ignorant. And then if he start going off on you, then you're this. Now you're the victim. When you drew first blood. You don't know what's in his pockets. You don't know what all he has to pay. You don't know who all dependent on his check. He don't owe you that explanation. You don't know who all he got to take care of with that little bit, that money. He probably had a lot of money, but by the time he finished taking care of everybody, he ain't got enough to go and hang out with y'all. And that's okay. So stop saying, well, if you broke, just say that. Stop saying that. Instead, put a positive spin on it. Try to help somebody. Sis, if you sad, just say that so we can talk about it. If you need help, just say that. Let me help you. If you're depressed, please just say that so we can help. So we can get to the bottom of this. Well, so yeah. I'll still be on in the morning, but this one, I could barely sleep last night when he gave me this one because I'm tired of us throwing off on us. We're already getting it. We're already getting it from other people. We already get it on a daily. So we have to do some affirming of us. Not everybody got it like you try to pretend you have it. Not everybody driving a Lexus, including you. And you know what? The young people, if any young people still on here, you'll learn when you get 40s and 50s that you won't care what the car look like, long as it has a steering wheel and 4 wheels and at least some air to get you to your job. Because you having a Benz helps me how? It does not. So when y'all walk around talking about he bought him, he ain't bought nothing, he's buying. She ain't bought nothing, she's buying that. And the minute you miss a payment, you'll see. So stop trying to front for people that don't care nothing about you. Or that's just using you for your money or for a ride or for whatever. Y'all will learn. You're still young and you're still in that, I need to impress, some of y'all want to start out where we are right now. Nah, you got to work your way up to that. Now, God bless you. We want you to have more than we had. Us boomers, baby boomers, and we want y'all to have more than us. But also, stop putting people down because they don't. You might have had 2 parents that worked all the time and you had it easy. That's not everybody's story. Even today, that's still not everybody's story. So stop putting these brothers down and then get mad when they leave us to go to the others. who not going to put them down, who not going to talk about they driving a Charger versus a whatever. You'll learn. Brothers, you're going to learn them $200 tennis shoes. My $70 tennis shoes get me to the same spot yours get to. Ladies, you're going to learn that $1,000 purse hold the same amount of stuff as my $50 purse. You're going to learn. Y'all still learning. Even though you think you know everything, you're still learning. So if you think you know everything, just say that so we can tell you that you don't. If you think you know you got all the answers, just say that so we can tell you that you don't. If you have a hard time taking counsel from anybody, just say that so we can help you. Because you're going to have a hard road to hoe if you can't take counsel from nobody. So, sisters on here, young sisters, stop saying to these young men, if you broke, just say that. And help him. Y'all help him. Y'all work and get it together. Ain't nobody last name Rockefeller. None of y'all rich. None of y'all Blue Ivy. None of y'all. None of us. We working class. And if the brother got a honest job, making an honest living, you can't respect that. Because y'all watch too much non-reality reality TV. Because if y'all don't know them cars is rented, them houses, them people living in down there are rented. If y'all don't know that, then go back to school. Because all that is fake. And y'all try to kill yourself to look like that when they don't look like that. Everybody look the same when they take war paint, whatever they call them. When they take the makeup off, take them eyelashes off, take all the makeup off, take the wig off, slick your sides back, take all that stuff off, and the real you, is he still going to want that? While you talking about if you broke, just say that. Now you'll be mad, and I promise I'm trying to get off. But you'll be mad if you say that to him and he say, if that ain't your real hair, just say that. If you got on fake lashes, just say that. If you snatch because you got on whatever, the Spanx or whatever it's called, just say that. So if they come for you like that, now you mad, now you're in your feelings. But you hit the man where it hurts because men are providers. They're supposed to be providers. And so that's what they're trying to do. But you tell him $30 ain't enough for lunch, or you ain't a cheesecake factory chick. Take that hair off, take the nails off, take them lashes off, take that lipstick off, take all that off, front and back, take all that off, and you ain't even a cheesecake factory chick. You a Waffle House chick, and I apologize, and I gotta go. I gotta go. Because it just gets me upset when I see the younger version of us doing that. Yeah, you ain't no cheese. You might be a Fleming's chick because you got all the stuff. But when he take you home and you got to start pulling stuff off and untucking stuff and unzipping and taking the tape off and then who are you? Yeah, you Waffle House. So if you a Waffle House chick, just say that. White Castle, you're a White Castle chick. Take all that off. Take all the fake stuff off and see how many you gonna snag. Just see how much. Because the bait is all the stuff that you're doing. But at some point, you're going to have to let him, and I'm on another message, you're going to have to let him see you at some point. Because dudes don't wear makeup and all that stuff, so what you see is what you get from them. They don't put on Spanx, they ain't got lashes and nails and things of that nature. So you getting the real you, them, but they getting a representative. So if you can take your hair off, and them lashes off, and them nails off, and that pop up, and the thing that you got to take all that off and see if he's still there. And if he's still there, he's a keeper. And then get in his car and go wherever he take you to eat and shut your mouth. Yep, I said that. Because you talking about if he broke, just say that. What's in your wallet? How many cards that are charged up that you can't use? How many bounce checks you trying to catch? How many debit cards that done tore up for you? If your credit score low, just say that. If you're looking for a sugar daddy, just say that. But stop saying that to our young men that's trying. Stop saying it to them. They're trying. At least they're trying. They are trying to do. They try to take you on a date. That's a good thing. Let them take you on a date. And if it's a cheesecake, whatever it is, let them take you on a date. Stop acting like you too good for stuff. You ain't got nothing. So, okay, you know what? I gotta go. Pray for our young mothers. That's right. Lord, help them. Because it's hard enough being a single mom. And then you don't have no help. And you're upset because you thought, I don't know why you thought he was going to stay. Because y'all have had you've seen this, how this story ends too many times. With your friends, with your family, with your cousins. You've seen how this story ends. And for some reason, you think yours is going to end different. But then you stuck with the baby. And I don't want to say, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, because I was a product of a single parent. I'm not saying you stuck with the baby. I'm saying it's not what you thought. It didn't work out like you thought. So now you home and you got to find babysitters and he's scot-free. He might stop by. He might not. He might stop by on the way to the chick's house. He might not. It's too late for you to be mad about that now. Just do better. Choose better. So the next time you don't get yourself, slipping. Because he's scot-free. Even if he paid child support, so what? You still the one that got to find the babysitter. You still the one that got to call off when it's work. You still the one. You still the one. So, please, ladies, wait it out. Learn his last name. Find out if his mom is... I know love is blind, but come on. It's 2024. We still doing this? It's up to us to teach these young girls. We still doing this? It's too hard. Daycare, people, whole checks go to daycare. Man, bye with that. I don't know. We have to reach out. They might not want to hear us. They might not be able to see us with their lashes flapping, but we can try to catch them in between blinks. We can try and catch them. Listen, sis. Listen, little sis. This ain't going to work out well for you. So, I know love is blind. I get all that. But you guess what, though? You ain't going to stay blind. You're going to be by yourself, raising a child, and he going to stop by when he want to, if he do. He going to wait till you get somebody else, then he going to come and all of that. Y'all see how this story ends. I don't even know nobody's name, and this is how all the stories end. So, all right, everybody, I took up enough of your time. I appreciate you. I love you guys. If you think that this is a message that somebody could use, please share it. If you have any prayer requests and stuff, you can put that in the chat. And when I go back through, I'll pray. But please keep one of my work daughters in your prayer. Keep her father and her mother. Her father took ill. She flew. She with them now. So we just praying for a miracle to happen right now. All of you that are bereaved, praying for the Blackwell family that just laid to rest a father and a husband. We're praying for them. Praying for our valley because they got hit again. Continue to lift the Lampkin family up in your prayers. Those of us that are on this side of the bereavement, keep us lifted up because we got anniversaries of the dates coming up and you got all the things. So, just pray for everybody because everybody got something they're going through. And Sister Ivy, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. So, okay, everybody, I'm going to get off here, and I'll see y'all in the morning about 9:35 for a temple intro. And thank you once again, and share this if you think it'll help somebody. Good night.